Okay, so I alluded to this, that this video, I want to highlight questions to ask prospective realtors that you are considering hiring to help you sell your home. And the first question you should ask is, are they a realtor? Not every real estate agent, not every person that sells houses is a realtor. And why that's important is a realtor is bound by a certain code of ethics. They have ethical duties they've agreed to by being a member of the realtor profession of the National Association of Realtors. A real estate agent is not bound by the same code of ethics. They're bound by state law as it relates to real estate, but as you can probably imagine, the code of ethics goes a lot further in terms of protecting agents, clients, the general public, and encouraging more ethical behavior from its members. And there are serious consequences if a realtor disobeys the code of ethics. So that's one question to ask. The second question is to ask, what type of services can they provide to you? Obviously, an agent is going to give you some advice on getting the home ready to sell, but hopefully they also have good knowledge about marketing the property, how they're going to interact with buyers' agents, how they're going to handle showings and open houses, how do they handle negotiating the purchase agreement, and then assisting you with closing and on. Maybe you also need to buy a home. So can they help you with that, or are they just a listing agent? So being clear on what kinds of services they can provide is really, really important. The third thing to ask is if they're familiar with the market where you're selling your home. I'm on a number of Facebook groups, real estate related Facebook groups, and inevitably there'll be someone that posts, hey, I need to sell, I need a referral for an agent that help my client sell a home in Winter Haven. Maybe they're an out-of-state agent. And I will see agents that I've never heard of. Now, Winter Haven isn't that big. Heck, Polk County isn't all that big. But I'll have agents that I haven't even heard of talked about, oh, I can help you sell that home. I look them up and they're from Tampa or they're from Orlando, or I've even had some even further away than that, Miami. The reality is those markets are very, very different. And so make sure that the agent you're hiring, now just because they're from a different area doesn't necessarily mean they don't know the market. They can research the market, maybe they do their business there, but find out how much business they do in that area and make sure that they actually know the market. Ask them questions about absorption rate. Ask them questions about do they know a local title company? Do they know local vendors that can help service things if something comes up during the sale process? So you want to make sure they're familiar with the market, and they should be able to tell you recent solds, recent and active listings, and things like that in their market analysis. The fourth thing you should ask is what will be included in your listing contract. So the first thing you'll do once you've decided on an agent is you'll sign what's called a listing agreement. And that listing agreement basically says that this agent is representing you and you're giving them permission to market your property to potential buyers and their agent. Establishes the sale price of the home. It also establishes the type of professional representation and what will be paid for those services. Again, compensation is negotiable, so it's whatever you negotiate with the agent that you're going to pay them. So making sure that you know what's going to be in that listing agreement. There's also things about cancellation, what happens if you cancel the agreement, what happens if a buyer defaults, who gets the earnest money deposit. So there's lots of other things that go in a listing agreement. Find out what that agent's practices are. The fifth question to ask is, how did you arrive at the suggested list price? Now this, hopefully when you met with the agent, they did a CMA for you. They did a market analysis for you, and they presented you the active listings, which is the competition you have for your home if you were to put your home on the market, the pending, because those are potential solds if they close before your home does, and then the solds. The sold homes that are similar to your home home is what an appraiser is going to use to determine the appraised value of your home. They should be able to talk you through what homes they use for comps and why, and how that helped them reach the price that they listed at. I'd be cautious of any agent that tells you a definite price before they've seen your home. That's no better than his estimate, okay? How do they know? How can they tell you how much your home is worth if they haven't seen your home? Do they, have they seen the type of granite or quartz countertops you have, the type of flooring you have? Do they know that you have a brand new AC and a brand new roof? Those kinds of things do impact the value of a home, and you can't determine a home's exact value until you've seen it and then can compare it to what else is out there. So I come in, when I do a market analysis for a client, I come in with a range, but I can't tell them whether their home is at the low end of the range or the high end of the range or in the middle of the range until I've actually seen the home, and then can go back and look and see, well, what do the recent solds say? How do they compare to this home? That's how you can determine what the value of the home is. The sixth thing you should ask is, how will they market their home? A lot of agents' marketing consists of putting a sign in the yard, putting the home in the MLS, and then praying and waiting for a buyer's agent to call them to see the home. You want to find out what else beyond putting the home in the MLS and putting a sign in the yard is that agent going to do to market your home. Exposure helps create sales. So how are they going to get your home exposed beyond the MLS? And even within the MLS, there's different things you can do to increase the exposure in the MLS. So what are they going to do to market your home? The seventh question you should ask is, how do you attract potential buyers? There are lots of different things to do. Offers of compensation to buyer's agent is one, so hopefully your agent can talk you through some options there. Seller concessions in this market is a big thing. All the builders are using them, but you got to know how to use them, and your agent really needs to know how to use them, how they work for you, and then how to market them so that you get the best bang for your buck. You should also ask the agent, what do you need to do to get your house ready? They may suggest some small minor repairs, they may suggest decluttering, they may suggest cleaning, whatever it is, but you should ask them that. The ninth thing that you should ask is, how are they going to vet potential buyers? So not every buyer is a good buyer. How do they ensure the people that's coming into your home can actually afford to purchase your home? That's a really important thing. And then finally, ask for any references they can speak to, hopefully clients they've worked with. As always, if I can help you buy or sell in Central Florida, please reach out to me. Remember, you can't miss with Chris. Have a great day.